In this video, we'll be taking a look at 3 MLB games happening on April 27, 2022. Welcome back to Cash Out Sports. Let's dive right into it. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe and to click the bell icon to get notified as soon as these videos get released, so that you have more time to plan out your bets. As we provide these videos on a daily basis, I can guarantee that you'll have all the important information that you'll need on these 3 MLB games after fully watching this video. One more thing before we start. If you would like to gain access to our best exclusive betting picks to take your sports betting journey to the next level, then check out our Patreon in the link down below, where we offer anywhere from 2 betting picks a day up to 10 betting picks a day and much more. Now let's get started. Boston Red Sox versus Toronto Blue Jays. We will have some American League East baseball on Wednesday evening, as the Boston Red Sox will take on the Toronto Blue Jays in the third game of this 4-game set. The Red Sox will have right-hander Michael Wacha on the mound, while the Blue Jays are sending righty Ross Stripling to pitch. Wacha is coming off a win over the Tampa Bay Rays, where he went 5 innings and gave up 2 runs on 3 hits with 2 walks and 3 strikeouts, while Stripling did not factor into the decision as he threw 4 innings and allowed 3 runs on 3 hits with a walk and 2 strikeouts against the Houston Astros. Boston is 9-24 in their last 33 games as an underdog and 1-4 in their last 5 games against a team with a winning record, while the under is 7-2-1 in their last 10 division games. Toronto is 9-3 in their last 11 division games and 36-16 in their last 52 games overall, while the under is 6-2 in their last 8 games overall. These offenses have been on completely different levels this season, and this Blue Jays lineup should be able to tee off against Michael Wacha in this game. The Red Sox have one hand tied behind their backs, as players who are unvaccinated are not allowed to play in Canada, so their full roster is not Boston is not having their full roster available. Looking at just batting average, the Blue Jays are 5th in baseball with a .253 batting average, while the Red Sox are hitting .225 as a team, which is 19th in MLB. Boston is 1-4 in their previous 5 games against Toronto. I get the case to be made for Boston in certain spots, but the Blue Jays keep finding ways to win, and while Boston broke out of a bit of an offensive slump, they also find ways to lose games as well. I'm not much of a Michael Wacha fan to begin with, even if he's had solid numbers so far this season, and while I don't love Ross Stripling either, this is a fair price to back a hot Toronto team. So the Toronto Blue Jays money line is our full game side pick. Michael Wacha and Ross Stripling both have struggled throughout April so far, and this is going to be a tough time to get outs. Rogers Center is a hitter-friendly ballpark. Sod hat will really help the offensive numbers to the Rogers Center is a hitter-friendly ballpark, so that should establish some offense for both teams. Toronto has the 3rd highest home ERA, as it is currently at 5.14 so far, and that should mean runs are going to be scored. Boston's pitching has thrown 60 walks, which is 9th in baseball, while Toronto has given up 44 walks thus far. The over has hit in 7 of the last 9 games between these teams played in Toronto. Over the projected total is our full game total pick. Chicago Cubs versus Atlanta Braves. The Chicago Cubs and the Atlanta Braves get set for Game 2 of their 3-game set on Wednesday. The Cubs are below .500 this season, but enjoy a plus run differential, which may be a sign of better baseball to come. The Braves entered this series under .500 for the season, which is, while certainly not alarming at this stage, certainly disappointing for the defending World Series champions. The Braves started slow in 2021 before catching fire late and winning it. Also, panic has not set in for Atlanta. The Cubs have lost 5 of their last 6 games and 2 of their last 3 road games. Their pitching hasn't been very good, especially on the road. Later has struggled on the mound, giving up 9 runs in his last 2 starts, failing to get past the 4th inning in both starts. He also struggled in his only start against the Braves, going 0-1 with a 4.05 ERA. Even though the Braves have struggled so far, they are playing well offensively, especially at home, and won't have trouble scoring in this game. Chicago is one of the top scoring teams in the league, but with the exception of their 21-run performance against the Pirates on Saturday, they aren't playing well right now. Even though Morton struggled in his last 2 starts, he pitched well in his lone home start, giving up 2 hits and 2 runs in the game. He has pitched well against the Cubs, giving up 3.33 runs per game in 15 starts against them, and won't have trouble keeping their offense in check. Later, JR isn't off to the best start this season, and he hasn't had a great career up to this point, if we're being honest. You can say Morton has had his struggles as well, but he's shown us enough in the past where we can assume he's going to get back on track sooner than alter. The Chicago Cubs are just a mess right now, and Later isn't a pitcher you're confident who can turn things around. So the Atlanta Braves money line is our full game side pick. While Morton was effective in his only home start, the Braves in general have given up a fair amount of runs per game at home. In addition, later JR has struggled on the road, so he will have trouble containing the Braves' power bats. The Cubs are second in the league in runs per game, and Atlanta is 15th, but averaged a robust 5.5 runs per game at home last season. So far this season, the Braves have averaged just under 5 runs per game this season. Later JR seems like the perfect candidate to help get the Braves' bats rolling in this one. The Cubs are averaging 5.25 runs per game and 4.33 runs per game on the road. They averaged 3 runs per game in their last 3 games against the Braves, with Atlanta giving up 4.43 runs per game at home. The Cubs will hit their average in this game. The Braves are averaging 4 runs per game and 4.80 runs per game at home. They averaged 6 runs per game in their last 3 games against the Cubs. The Cubs and Braves played over the total 5 of their last 6 meetings, with Chicago giving up 4.67 runs per game on the road. The Braves will score enough runs to push the score over the total. Over the projected total is our full game total pick. Over the projected T-total is our full game total pick. Detroit Tigers versus Minnesota Twins. The Detroit Tigers square off against the Minnesota Twins in Game 2 of a 3-game set at Target Field. The Twins won in electrifying fashion Tuesday night, coming behind to win in the bottom of the 9th thanks to a crucial throwing error from Tigers catcher Eric Haas that plated both the tying and winning runs. We will see if there is a carry-over effect heading into Wednesday as Michael Pinda gets the ball for Detroit, opposed by Joe Ryan for Minnesota. Other than Miggy getting his 3,000th hit, there has not been a lot to celebrate in April for the Tigers. It is a nice sign that rookie Spencer Torkelson leads the team in homers with 3. But not a good one that nobody else has more than 1 so far. SSJV Baez was the big addition to the lineup, but he has not given them much bang for their buck. The lack of scoring is hurting a team that is 8-team era. For the Twins, OF Byron Buxton is crushing it right now, literally, but they are waiting on returns from their free agent SS Carlos Correa. He is hitting under .200, as are too many players in the regular lineup to win with any consistency. The lineup needs to be the strength of the team because the pitching has lots of question marks. They have been 0 so far, but I am sure it holds up. Detroit was active in free agency, and the signing of Michael Pinda was probably underrated when it happened. He has been a winning pitcher throughout his career, and his first start with Detroit looked pretty good. He is an important veteran arm for the Tigers. The Twins' Joe Ryan is one of the reasons Minnesota moved on from Pinda. His first start was just okay, but his last 2 have been very good. Both were on the road too. Detroit's lineup looks like a good matchup. The Twins are the sensible favorite at home. Ryan is an advantage, but I am not sure I want to pay a big premium with the Twins in what looks like more of an even matchup. I am looking for this one to be a 1-run game one way or the other. The Tigers won their only other road series so far this season, so hitting the road is not such a bad situation. Pinda looked good in his first outing this season, but we have only seen a small sample size with him. Joe Ryan has been solid for Minnesota and will face a Detroit team that has not been very sharp on offense. Even with Detroit's struggles, I believe that they have some value here. They should have won on Tuesday, and I think they will get the job done on Wednesday. So the Detroit Tigers to cover the spread as underdogs is our full game side pick. If each team can score at least 3 runs on Wednesday, then this game can't go under. The Tigers may be one of the worst power-hitting teams in MLB, but they have scored at least 3 runs in 4 of their last 6 games. Detroit has also been the only team to hang more than 3 runs on Joe Ryan in his career. There were 5 runs scored in the last 2 innings of Tuesday's contest, and I expect to see some late scoring again in this contest. The over has cashed in 7 of the last 9 head-to-head games played in Minnesota. This is Pinda versus Ryan, and I expect that both starters will give up 2 or 3 runs, followed by less than elite bullpens. The over looks really good. This is kind of like the Rays game yesterday that was also set at 7 for some reason. Over the projected total is our full game total pick. That's all for now, so if you have any other games you would like reviewed, then leave a comment down below with the game you would like analyzed. Subscribe to our channel, leave a like on this video, and we'll get to it as soon as we possibly can. We would also love to hear your opinion on the picks presented to you in this video, whether you agree or disagree with them, so leave a comment down below and do let us know.